Hello, welcome to Jadekind Gaming. My name is Adam, and today I have another Magic the Gathering unboxing, another Universes Beyond, and a set that I have been so remarkably excited for. Doctor Who, and I'm going to start with I got all four of the Commander decks, of course, because why not? It's Doctor Who, and it's Planechase. It's both Doctor Who and it's Planechase. I've never gotten to play Planechase. I've still not played Commander. But this may change that because I have some Commander decks, and I wasn't able to get Planechase in the past. I missed out, but it looked super cool. And now I have a bunch of it with it. I'm so excited. This is the Timey-Wimey deck, which contains Doctors 9, 10, and 11. Cool. 9 was my first Doctor. 10 is, at this point, probably my second favorite Doctor. 11 had some of my favorite stories. I loved Stephen Moffat's storytelling. And, great companions. Although, I believe my favorite of his companions is in the next, the following set. But anyways, let's just freaking take a look. Commander deck, 11, white, red, blue. I'm great with those. We'll get to take a look at the actual card later. This is just like a weird foil, like printing on the front. So it has the 10th Doctor as like the commander, but I kind of get the feeling that you can kind of shift it up with some of the other Doctors, if I'm understanding correctly. Planechase, cool way to shake up your Commander games with your friends. Use a deck of Planechase cards and a special Planar Die to trigger unique abilities and take your TARDIS through time and space. Cool. So 100 card deck with 50 new cards, 10 Planechase cards, 10 double-sided token cards, the Planar Die, foil etched display commander, life wheel, deck box, strategy insert, reference card. It also says here, collector booster sample pack, plus 2 legendary traditional foils. So I don't know what that means, but like, allons-y. Grab your companions and battle across the universe in Magic's definitive multiplayer format. The 10th Doctor bends reality with his time travel ability, adding time counters to speed up or slow down your cards. When you need to stay alive, opt to delay before outwitting your enemies in due time. Let me get into this thing. Glued. I just have to It's all glued shut. There's no... Oh, maybe... Yeah, it just seems to be all kind of glued shut, so I guess I will just peel apart the glue. Okay, so empty box. Okay, so much here. Deck box, cool. So, quick. Hold. Oh, it's so cool. Doctor Who, colors, Doctor and Rose. Lovely. Deck box. Big beefy deck box for Commander deck. What's this here? We have stuff in here. Oh. Here is that Planar Die. So 4 blank side, 1 Planeswalker symbol, 1 the Planechase symbol. Not really sure what it was. Here we are. So 20. So and then if you flip it over, 21 through 40. Okay, I was like, you can't really go above, So cool. And that's perfect. When you're at 20, you just flip it over and it keeps going. Sweet. That That, I mean, it's just a little cardboard dial, but that is a cool thing to include. I've not seen that before. Okay. Playing the deck. Commander rules. Awesome. Every Commander game is a freewheeling back-and-forth battle in which alliances are formed, friends are betrayed, and grudges are repaid with vengeance. In the end, only one player will be left standing until the next game begins, of course. Free-for-all multiplayer game that uses additional Magic rules. Start game with 40 life. Didn't know that. Commander starts the game in the command zone. You can cast Commander from the command zone. The Commander text makes it cost 2 more for each time you've previously cast it from the command zone. Okay. If your commander would be put into your hand or library from anywhere, you may choose to put it into the command zone instead, so that's a choice. If your commander would be put into your graveyard or exile, it goes there as normal. The next time state-based actions are performed, if your commander is still in that zone, you may choose to put it in the command zone. If your commander deals 21 or more combat damage to any one player throughout the game, that player loses. So you have to keep track of how much they're doing. Anyways, and then Planechase. Planechase is a Magic format where the battle moves across time and space. Before the game begins, shuffle the oversized Planechase cards together into a planar deck. The first player flips the top card of the planar deck face up, and the battle begins in that plane. During each player's turn, that player may roll the Planar Die. If the Planeswalker symbol is rolled, they flip the top card of the planar deck face up, replacing the current plane. If the Chaos symbol is rolled, chaos ensues. Look at the active plane's chaos ability to see what happens. Players can roll additional times, but each roll costs 1 more mana than they paid that turn for their previous roll. For full rules, go online. So there's stuff like that. 10th Doctor, Rose Tyler, Magic Colors. So just, information and at least basics of rules of the 2 formats that this uses. This bit of packaging has punch out little Planeswalker symbols and TARDIS symbols to keep track of things, and then punch out Doctor, Rose, and Planeswalker symbol, which I guess whatever can use as deck dividers or whatever you may need, I guess. Alright, so now we're down to the deck and whatever's in here. That should be bigger cards. Let's do the deck first. Let's get this out of the plastic. You see the band around here, that there should be an easy open spot. It's right here. And the cards are free. That's a very big deck to hold. Zoom in. So we'll just look at some cards. I can actually hold less cards at a time. And read others. So, the 10th Doctor. This is super exciting for me because I've been re-going through the series with my fiance. And we're almost through Tennant's storylines. 10th Doctor, legendary creature, Time Lord Doctor. Allons-y. Whenever you attack, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. Put 3 time counters on it. If it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend. Just, I guess, to say it will come back after 3 turns. Timey-Wimey, pay 7, time travel 3 times. Activate only as a sorcery. For each suspend card you own and each permanent you control with a time counter on it, you may add or remove a time counter, then do it 2 more times. So you can do that. Now this is thick. This is not a card. This is the card. Same information, slightly different color look. But this is too thick to be a card. That's the thickness of a card. So, the card. Rose Tyler, also foil. Legendary creature, human. Rose Tyler gains +1/+1 for each time counter on it. Okay. Bad Wolf. When Rose Tower attacks, put a time counter on it for each suspend card you own and each other permanent you control with a time counter on it. Oh. That feels like you can get a lot of time counters on there really quick. And like the Doctor's adding more time counters. Doctor's Companion, you can have 2 commanders if the other is the Doctor, so that they can be commander together. Sweet. Oh, Wilford. Everybody lives. All creatures gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Players gain hexproof until end of turn. Players can't lose life this turn, and players can't lose the game or win the game this turn. Everybody lives. Rose, just this once. Everybody lives. That's a good story. Again, love Moffat. Everything comes to dust. Ooh, I can see every single atom of your existence, and I divide them. Oh. 4 knocks. Vanishing 4, this enchantment enters the battlefield with 4 time counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove a time counter from it. When the last is removed, sacrifice it. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, draw a card. Wilford? It's my honor. Better be quick. 3, 2, 1. The Pandorica. Legendary artifact. The Wedding of River Song. Draw 2 cards. Then you may exile a non-land card from your hand with a number of time counters on it equal to its mana value. Then target opponent does the same. Cards exiled this way don't have suspend. Gain suspend. Time travel. For each suspend card you own and each permanent you control with a time counter on it, you may add or remove a time counter. Adipose Offspring. Astrid Peth. Kraken Time. Oh, Girl in the Fireplace. Another great story. And a saga. Do I own any sagas? Saga enters. As the saga enters, and after you draw a step, add a lore counter. Sacrifice after 3. 1. Create a 1/1 white human noble creature token with vanishing 3 and prevent all damage that would be dealt to this creature. 2. Create a 2/2 white horse creature token with doctors you control have horsemanship. They can't be blocked except by creatures with horsemanship. Is horsemanship very common in this set? Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player this turn, time travel. Which is that add or remove time counters. Martha Jones, who also is a companion. So if you'd like to have her instead of Rose for some reason. Are you my mummy? Nanogene Conversion. Ooh, Flesh Duplicate. The 11th Hour. All of History, all at once. Donna Noble. Again, Doctor's Companion. Soulbound. You may pair this creature with another unpaired creature when either enters the battlefield. They remain paired for as long as you control both of them. Whenever Donna or a creature it's paired with is dealt damage, Donna deals that much damage to target opponent. Okay. Amy Pond! Wonderful. Legendary creature human. Partner with Rory Williams. When this creature enters the battlefield, target player may put Rory into their hand from their library, then shuffle. Whenever Amy Pond deals combat damage to a player, choose a suspend card you own and remove that many time counters from it. Doctor's Companion. So, can also be a companion with the Doctor. I can't wait to see the 11th Doctor, because I'm guessing 11th Doctor is blue and white. Because that would pair well with Amy. Ecstatic Beauty. RMS Titanic. Okay. It's a vehicle. Ooh, 7/1 vehicle. I guess it can't take much damage. Alright. I remember these little half and half cards from when I first started playing the game. Coward or Killer. The Parting of the Ways. The Ninth Doctor. Haste. It's red and blue, so also would partner well with Rose. Into the TARDIS. Whenever the Ninth Doctor becomes untapped during your untap step, you get an additional upkeep step after this step. Fantastic. Sally Sparrow. You may cast creature spells as though they had flash, so as instants, I believe. Whenever one or more other creatures you control leave the battlefield, investigate. This ability triggers only once each turn. Create a clue token. It's an artifact with pay 2. Sacrifice this artifact and draw a card. Jenny! Doctor's Daughter. And Rory Williams. Okay. Blue and white. So I guess you could probably also... would work well with Amy. Okay. But blue and white, 11th Doctor. Geronimo. I am talking. Whenever the 11th Doctor deals combat damage to a player, you may exile a card from your hand with a number of time counters on it equal to its mana value. If it doesn't have Suspend, it gains Suspend. Target creature with power 3 or less can't be blocked this turn. Oh, and the War Doctor. So, extra 4th Doctor we get in here. Regeneration's restored. Idris, Soul of the TARDIS. The Face of Bo. Yana, you are not alone. Run for your life. Oh, the running. The Day of the Doctor. Gallifrey Falls no more. Dinosaurs on a Spaceship. Kate Stewart. Rotating Fireplace. Got a couple cards from that episode. The Moment. Tenzlor Clock Tower. Land. Okay, tap, add a blue, put a time counter on Tenzlor Clock Tower, and then pay 2, tap it, remove 12 time counters from the Tenzlor Clock Tower to exile it. Shuffle your graveyard and hand into your library, draw 7 cards, activate only if you control a Time Lord. Okay. And obviously there are like time travel that you can add time counters to it. Grasp of Fate. And I suppose, if it's one last chance to say it, Rose Tyler. I don't want to go. Farewell. Out of time. Wedding ring. Inspiring refrain. As foretold. I'm wondering if these are like divided and we're now maybe into the non, like the ones that are not new cards but like just Doctor Who art and flavor text for reused cards, because some of them are certainly that. Fractured Identity, Port Town, like a lot of the lands are. Temple of Triumph, Exotic Orchard, Temple of Enlightenment, Prairie Stream, Irrigated Farmland, Deserted Beach, Glacial Fortress, Sky Cloud Expanse, Temple of Epiphany, Frost Boil Snarl, Thespian's Stage. All the world's a stage, said the Doctor. I might use that, pondered Shakespeare. Fury Calm Snarl, War Room, Sunbaked Canyon, Sundown Pass. This is the day the sun expands. Welcome to the end of the world. Storm-carved coast. Fiery islet. Although, certainly not completely, because, yeah. So, Atraxi Warden. Wibbly Wobbly Timey-Wimey. Pay 2, time travel, draw a card. People assume time is a strict progression of cause to effect, but actually, from a non-linear, non-subjective viewpoint, it's more like a big ball of wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. Time Beetle. There's something on your back. Oh, Star Whale. Sibling Soothsayer. Jadoon Enforcers. Psychic Paper. As it becomes attached to a creature, choose creature card name and creature type. Equipped to creature has ward 1. It can't be blocked, and its name and creature type are the last chosen name and creature type. TARDIS. Artifact vehicle flying. When TARDIS attacks, if you control a Time Lord, the next spell you cast this turn has Cascade, and you may planeswalk. 3/2. Sonic Screwdriver. Artifact, add 1 mana of any color. Untap another target artifact, scry, or target creature can't be blocked this turn. You know, it's a very useful device. Arcane Signet. Soul Ring. Okay. Clock Spinning. Thought Vessel. Mind Stone. Talisman of Creativity. Love that smile. Lightning Greaves. Talisman of Conviction. Both guys are cool. Evolving Wilds. Command Tower. 1 mana of any color in your command. Here's Color Identity. Path of Ancestry. Temple of the False God. Myriad Landscape. Thriving Bluff. Mystic Monastery. Ominous Cemetery. Rogue's Passage. Okay, and then we do get some lands. I was starting to wonder, like, are there any just normal lands? But not a whole lot. But I love just seeing the TARDIS in landscape. Plains, island, mountain, and then, oh, that was all the... Then we get to tokens. Soldier. Dinosaur. Soldier. Horse. Human. Treasure. Clue. Human noble. Food. Fish fingers and custard. Copy. Alien. Adipose. Dinosaur. Alien. Copy. Dinosaur. Copy. Dinosaur. Alien. Copy. Soldier. And then you're on your turn. Popular Magic formats. Learn to play Magic. Twice. And then we have our little envelope here at the end, which, oh yes, has our Collector Booster sample pack. Which, I don't know, does this mean we might get some of the weird framed ones? Because between getting all 4 decks, I get all the cards. It's like kind of like a makeover montage for your Commander deck. Discover the coolest cards. So obviously you can just get cards that aren't in this deck. 2 of them. Strax, Centaur, and Nurse, but it doesn't have a border, so this should be different than the one that I get in that deck. And Shadowblood Ridge, again borderless. So just, you know, a couple random cards that are the special frames. Even yeah, without getting the actual collector boosters. But then, of course, Oh, I've never seen this. I've never seen this. This is the back of a Planechase card. I've not seen that. I didn't know. I'm used to the blue logo on the actual cards. These, they're like, oh, hey, we don't have to, we can update it to the way we actually use our logo. Which I guess they've changed since this, but yeah. I guess that probably means it works with existing cards. They feel thin. Maybe they're the same thickness as normal cards, but just because of how big they are, they're a little floppy. Lux Foundation Library. I just watched that episode with my fiance, and it was great fun. Playing the library. Players have no maximum hand size. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. Chaos ensues. Put a shadow counter on target creature. Creature with a shadow counter can block or be blocked by only creatures with shadow. Lake Silencio. Still point in time. All spells have split second. As long as a spell with split second is on the stack, players can't cast spells or activate abilities that aren't mana abilities. When chaos ensues, it deals 6 damage to target creature an opponent controls. If a creature dealt damage this way would die this turn, exile it instead. Ooh. Amy's Home. When you planeswalk to Amy's Home and at the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile a non-land card from your hand with a number of time counters on it equal to its mana value. If it doesn't have Suspend, it gains Suspend. When chaos ensues, time travel. Ood Sphere. Song of the Ood. Non-creature spells have Convoke. Player's creature can help cast these spells. Each creature they tap while casting non-creature spells pays for 1 colorless or 1 mana of the creature's color type. And Red Eye. Whenever chaos ensues, for each opponent, goad up to 1 target creature that opponent controls. Until the end of the turn, those creatures can't become tapped unless they're being declared as attackers. Human Time Lord Metacrisis. Phenomenon. Whenever you encounter a Human Time Lord Metacrisis, each player chooses 1 or 2 creatures they control. Each player creates a token that's a copy of the first creature they chose, except it isn't legendary. Each player who chose a second creature puts a number of +1/+1 counters on the token they created equal to the power of the second creature they chose. Then planeswalk away from this phenomenon. Bad Wolf Bay. Beginning of combat. On your turn, exile up to 1 target creature. Oh. Return to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Okay, when chaos ensues, cards can't enter the battlefield from exile this turn, then planeswalk. That's when someone gets stuck away. Two Streams Facility. Whenever you planeswalk to Two Streams Facility and at the beginning of the first upkeep of the game, each player chooses green, anchor, or red waterfall. Each player who chose green anchor may play an additional land during each of their turns. Creatures controlled by players who chose red waterfall get +2/+0 and have haste. When chaos ensues, each player who last chose green anchor chooses red waterfall and vice versa. Prime Minister's Cabinet Room. At the beginning of combat on your turn, up to 1 target creature you control becomes a copy of a target creature an opponent controls. Will of the Council. Whenever chaos ensues, starting with you, each player votes for a creature you don't control, exile each creature with the most votes, or tied for the most votes. New York on New Earth. At the beginning of combat on your turn, until the end of turn, non-creature artifacts you control become 3/3 vehicles in addition to their other types, and gain flying, haste, and crew 1. Whenever chaos ensues, create a treasure token and a 2/2 white alien creature token. Feel like it maybe should be like crew 3 so they can enter the fast lane, but whatever. Pompeii. When you planeswalk to Pompeii and at the beginning of your upkeep, put an eruption counter on it. When you roll a blank on the Planar Die, scry 2, then put an eruption counter on Pompeii. When chaos ensues, Pompeii deals damage to each creature and each player equal to the number of eruption counters on Pompeii Each player sacrifices a land, then planeswalk. So what is that? I'm guessing 10, I think, of the Planechase cards. Which obviously, can be combined, I guess, with the other decks. I don't know what is a Planechase card deck size. Is there a size to it? Does it matter? I don't know. But yeah, so that's Commander. That's Timey-Wimey. And that's exciting. It's Universes Beyond, Doctor Who, Magic the Gathering. I'm pretty pleased. I'll probably end up unboxing at least most of the other decks at some point, because I got the whole set. Because I wanted all of them. Because I'm quite the fan of Doctor Who. And I don't play Magic as often as I would like. So, figured maybe this will inspire me to play it more. But yeah, I'll link down below where you could find some Doctor Who Magic the Gathering cards yourself. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.